Alrighty, if you're watching this, I'm going to guess you're a lot like me. Or rather, I'm a lot like you. I'm a professional singer, guitar player, usually bass guitar, and I've been playing for professionally for about 25 years, performing on different stages and clubs all over. And I was looking for a way to get away from the microphone stand. It annoys me to have to be stuck in that one spot, and I just wanted a little bit more freedom. So I've tried the different options available, which basically is a headset, tried many different headsets, and never was happy with it, and always just end up back at the microphone stand. And there was really nowhere else to go until one day I met a guy named Brian David.
I am Brian David. Let me introduce myself. I'm a classical guitarist, a professional guitarist. I perform at many of Arizona's finest resorts for private events.
Brian and I actually met in jazz studies class, jazz theory at the university, where we were both studying music. He was studying the guitar, I was studying the saxophone. And we kind of had a similar paths. We both met our wives in music school. We got married around the same time, had kids around the same time. We ended up in some business endeavors together and also playing music together. And one day he calls me with this crazy idea.
I woke from a very vivid dream. And in that dream, a friend of mine had a microphone with a gooseneck strapped haphazardly to his Martin guitar. And he was singing and strumming on it. It was so vivid to me.
I'm listening to him tell me about this dream, and I'm thinking that sounds crazy. It actually sounds kind of dumb. Why would anybody put a microphone on their guitar? And so I didn't really think anything of it after that. But it did stick in my head a bit, and it kind of popped in from time to time. And one day I'm sitting on the can and I'm thinking about my hate for the microphone stand, and suddenly it just hit me.
A couple weeks later, Roy actually called me back up on the phone, super excited. He's like, Brian, remember that dream you had? He's like, I can't stop thinking about it. I've been trying to solve all kinds of problems. I've been trying to get away from the mic stand. I think this is a solution for people. And we should build it.
I've been wanting to get away from the microphone stand and looking for solutions. I tried lapel mics, I tried headsets. They're just not working for me, especially not in a live performance environment where it's loud music on stage, other musicians. It just doesn't cut it. And then I thought about, well, what if there was that mic on the guitar? And that's when it hit me, and I was like, wait, this could be the best of both worlds, because you have the freedom of having a headset. You can move around. The microphone stand is gone, yet you also have a microphone that you can get away from and that you can move in and out, closer or further away, similar to when your microphone's on a stand. So I was like, wait a minute, that could be it. And so I went online and I'm looking for, okay, there's got to be some way to attach a vocal microphone to a guitar. And I'm looking and it didn't exist. It doesn't exist. And so that's when I realized if I wanted to have something like this, we were going to have to build it ourselves.
And I said, let's do it. So it's been kind of a brutal 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears. The two of us with no funding, bootstrapping.
And we just dove right in trying to figure out how to make one of these things. My son and I go into the hardware store and finding random parts to put together, trying to figure out how can we make one of these things. And it was crazy, actually, trying to get this to work with all the different aspects to put it on a guitar where it's not going to damage your guitar. It had to, of course, have a professional sound, so we needed a microphone. We didn't want a whole full-size microphone, so something shrunk down, but it couldn't be too small. The headset mics, we tried lots of those, just putting headset mics on skinny goosenecks, and the sound quality just wasn't there. I knew it had to be like a full-size professional vocal mic and like a dynamic microphone. So, getting all that together, and it couldn't stick out to the front, couldn't stick out to the back. It had to be sturdy enough, but light enough, and all of these different things. But over the years, as we got some different models that worked, we started letting other people try it, and they always loved it.
I like that it's like floating right in front of me, that I don't have to find it.
Definitely would be extremely convenient in a live performance situation.
Wizzax, we got gags. The Wizzax. if I could mic the guitar and not have to stay in one spot, that's huge.
It really frees you up. You don't have to hang around the mic stand.
I can see thousands of guys running out and getting one of these because they want to be able to do this too.
So as we tried all these different models and things, we came to realize that we really are onto something, that we're creating a solution that many, many musicians, professionals, and otherwise would really want this solution. So we knew we wanted it to be a professional quality device. And there was so many problems that had to be solved and that had to be figured out to actually create this thing and get it to the point where it is now, where it's ready for you. If I were you, though, at this point, I'd be wondering, okay, it sounds great, but what's it like? Like, what's the quality like? What's it feel like? What does it sound like? Most of all, it's a microphone. How is this gonna compare? So I'm gonna actually show it to you, put it on my guitar, show you how it works, and do some A/B testing, because for me, I knew the sound had to be really good. So I'm going to show you how it compares with some industry standard microphones. We'll actually A/B. You can hear it, you can see it, so you can get a feel for the quality of the device that we've created that's now ready for your use. But that's going to be coming up. I haven't made that video yet. You're actually experiencing this in real time as we roll this out. So be looking at your emails. I'm going to film the video, and it should be ready maybe tomorrow or the next day at the latest. Just keep an eye on your email, and as soon as it's done, we're going to release it for you to watch that next.